from the same biological replicate, but you can see, because one was taken from the leaf, the other one was taken from the panicle, but still there was also some difference. And the KEG pathway enrichment showed that the metabolites pathway was highly enriched with more than 3,300 genes, both in the leaf and in the panicle. So the validation, we did a validation that almost was perfect. It had a correlation of 0.99, which is very good. It confirmed that our RNA sequence was reliable. And for the regeneration protocol, we were able to go through, and we were successful to get a concentration that was able to have a regeneration through direct regeneration of tissue culture. So those are, in my conclusion, one is that we were able to see that the maturity period, flowering, and seed setting phenological stages are key factors in determining the optimal quinoa planting time. So it is very important to know when you're planting so that you can be able to avoid the heat stress. The other one is it was evidence about the plasticity of quinoa in response to microclimate, and also we were able to identify some variety or genotypes that could be front runners and could be selected for cultivation in that area, lowland area. Then the study was able to identify some key genes that could be explored as when developing or improving quinoa, and a regeneration protocol was identified with that MSC media that has been enriched with 2,4-D. Those are my references, and I appreciate you for listening to me, and I acknowledge the people that were behind this work also. Thank you.
So we're open for the Q&A session, or
Okay.
So I have two questions. Nothing to do with this presentation. But what is the average crop duration? And then, like Chenopodiums, also a family, similar family for the lamb spotter. Lamb spotter is a problem, big problem. So I'm assuming after you harvest, is it going to be a problematic weed in the next season, or what was your observation?
Okay, that one is mostly is considered as a wild species, but quinoa, Chenopodium quinoa is domesticated. So for that, I think we will not have a worry. But what we are doing, we are utilizing the wild. The wild species have been utilized to improve mostly the domesticated quinoa, to improve especially in biotic stress tolerance. So to the first one about the timing, they are different. As we have seen, the maturity of each quinoa is very different. We have a genotype that was able to mature in 72 days, and we had a genotype that was able to mature in 170 days. So this one depends on the timing and the genotype.
So 2 to 4 months from the sowing to harvest?
Yes, the latest. The one that is long maturing can take even 4 months. But the short maturing, if you plant it with the good conditions, they plant very fast. Imagine quinoa can be able to germinate in 3 days. It can start flowering in the next 2 weeks. It can set seed, and then you just wait. If it's not affected by heat, you can be able to get it in approximately less than 2.5 months. Thank you.
Yeah, I want to ask about a justification for your regeneration protocol.
Okay, that's a good one. One is that quinoa has not really been exposed. There's not much work on regeneration. It is a very difficult crop, and we need that pathway so that we can be able. There's no way if you want to improve, you can either improve it during the classical way, the breeding classical way, or using the technology, the current technology, like we can do transform. Yeah, even you can do transformation, or gene editing. And that you cannot be able to do that without now a pathway. Yeah.
Thank you so
There was
much.
another one there. I don't know whether is it three.
We are almost out of the time, so we have to be.
Okay.
Thank you so much for the presentation.